Hello and welcome to another update video about Quant QNT, currently coming down here. In this wave 4, we talked about it. It's getting quite a deep wave 4 and it's getting close to invalidation. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. The reason is that the wave 1 high was at 126.20 pretty much, and the wave 4 low has already come down all the way to 129.60. So it is allowed to do one more low, but then really that should be it. If it breaks below 126.20, which again is the wave 1 high, I cannot count this anymore as an impulse to the upside. And the reason for that is just that it's not allowed for a wave 4 to cut into the wave 1. What happens if it does that? Well, we then have a problem. We still have 3 waves down. A, B, C. So it would still be a corrective pattern. And as long as we stay at 3 waves down, there's a chance we still get one more high. Maybe then in a wave 3, because this could be, if we cut into the wave 1 price region, I would have to count it as a wave 1, 2, 1, 2. But it would become a less reliable chart. We could then rally in a 3rd wave, but that would be quite a bullish count if you have a 1-2-1-2 setup. It's of course possible. Okay, that's one possibility. The other possibility is that all of this is some kind of a diagonal pattern. But actually, well, it could be. It could be. But it would become a less reliable count. I would have to say that we had, and that would explain the 3-wave structure here. I could say, okay, wave 1 of the diagonal, ABC, wave 2 of the diagonal, wave 3 of the diagonal, would have to find a way to count it in 3 waves. Wave 4 of the diagonal, and then you allow it to cut into the wave 1 price region, and then we get a wave 5. Problem is, it will become a less reliable chart because you cannot, with this invalidation between waves 1 and 4, you don't have an impulse anymore. So ideally you want to trade only impulsive waves, otherwise it will become messy. Which means, yeah, surely you could trade the wave 5, but it is risky to trade a 5th wave in a diagonal. Now, saying that, again, it could be a 1-2-1-2 setup, which means with one more low, you might want to consider maybe to enter a long position. I'm only suggesting something to you. It's not advice or anything. Eventually, that's your decision. But structurally, with one more low here, we have a corrective pattern reasonably complete. What I mean is that we will have 3 waves down complete. I have 5 waves in an A wave. I've got a wave B. And I will have 5 waves in a wave C. So I've got an ABC pattern, which means one more low could point towards an upcoming uptrend. And it doesn't really matter if it cuts into the wave 1 price region or not, because it could be a 1-2-1-2, or it could be that diagonal. But ideally we do avoid it. Ideally we avoid it. Now, could it also come down further? Surely it could. Yeah, it could create from here a 5-wave move down in the wave C, but at the moment the move down looks corrective. It looks corrective, and that means with one more low we have an ABC complete, and nobody knows, right? I mean, nobody's got the crystal ball, but if you have 3 waves down complete, it is worth watching for a possible reversal. Ideal support is that 126.50 level, or 100. No, let's just check what exactly the wave 1 high is. It might differ from exchange to exchange, but here on Coinbase, we're talking about $120.81 actually. Okay, so it should really avoid. No, 1 second, that's wrong. It's 126, the high, $126, pretty much exactly. So it should avoid to cut into the 126 area. But with one low, yeah, maybe we hit that $126 level, maybe go slightly below it. Yeah, again, then we could count it as a 1-2 or a diagonal. And if it then turns around, you could go long and set a stop loss below the low because you have an ABC complete, which doesn't mean it couldn't go further, but there's a decent probability that there will be a turnaround after one more low, which is definitely what I'm going to watch. What you need to know, if it breaks below $126, it will become a less reliable chart, which increases the probability again of failing. But still, it's a possible Elliott wave trade setup to trade the fifth wave here to the upside that we've got here on the chart. Yeah, so that's really what I wanted to highlight here. Of course, you know, if we do something like this, yeah, this, and this, then we've got 5 waves down, which we need to avoid, which means after one more low, you get another high and low. Then we've got 5 down, and it would indicate that we eventually will get into this area down here below $94, because then we will probably see 3 waves up, 5 down, and so on. It will then eventually come down into this region, which means this was just the ABC that we talked about, the alternative, the, let's say, short-term bearish count, but eventually still bullish as long as we're holding, well, here the box at $61. Okay, that's my update about QNT Quant. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit a like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.